My name's Charlene. I work at Beechwood Grove Care Home and I'm a healthcare assistant, and I've been doing my apprenticeship with Dynamic Training.
Would you mind explaining what your main duties are within your role and what you find exciting about it?
So my duties here are to assist with personal care, and basically that consists with training that I do alongside Beechwood Grove, so I can keep up with knowing what to do, where to do it, knowing how to document, knowing how to report it as well, and yeah, just kind of getting to know the residents as well, reading the care plans, and yeah, basically it's kind of a really nice job to have, really.
Yeah, no, fantastic. How did you come into your particular career path? Was there a particular, was this something that you've always wanted to do, or has it just came about that you've found yourself into this role? Or how did you discover that this is something you wanted to do?
So basically it will go back to when my gran was alive. So when my gran was alive, I used to go to her care home every Saturday or so to see her. And basically a couple of things there was kind of really hitting with me, and that's kind of how I started knowing what job I wanted to do when I was older. I used to take a cup of teas to my gran. I used to make her bed for her sometimes if the carers haven't done it. And there was one particular situation I was in her care home, was one of the old ladies needed to go to the toilet, and they were calling out, and I went in and I said, "What do you need?" And then they went, "Oh, I need some help, dear." So I immediately went and found a carer to assist her with using the toilet, and the door was wide open as well, so she had no consistency with privacy or dignity herself. So what I did was I left and I shut the door and stuff, because obviously back then I just kind of knew exactly what I wanted to do. So throughout the years I've actually been doing little bits and bobs in a care home before this. So I used to do special cook company, which was basically making the starter, the main, the pudding and the teas and coffees, and then a little bit of donation towards it all. And then yeah, just kind of little picky bits here and there. And then I've been here for now a year and a bit, and yeah, just kind of cracking on with doing the apprenticeship, getting that sorted out.
Yeah. And
things like that. So that's a little take on.
No, brilliant. That's a really good answer, really. And you've sort of gone into my next question about how you became an apprentice. But just to explain then, from your perspective, what is being an apprentice like, and what do you have to do as part of the apprenticeship?
So basically, as part of my apprenticeship, I had to make sure that the criteria that Mel, my teacher, put down. So it covered things like my British values, equality and diversity, manual handling, health and hygiene, nutrition, things like that. And there were little sections that I had to write off in my own words to what the job is all about. And it was tough to start with, and then it kind of got really tough in the middle. And then I kind of pulled through when she kind of helped me to understand that if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't achieve the apprenticeship. So I was like, right, I need to nail this on the head, I need to get this done, I need to prove that not only can I have the job that I'm in, but I can succeed on, finishing the apprenticeship off. And things like that. So I had kind of little sections, but there were some big ones and there were some little ones. And yeah, so yeah, and then when I was, having those little difficult moments where I thought, is this right for me, is this not right for me, I've had lots of backup from my job coach. She helped me very much with getting towards the end of the apprenticeship, and then Mel, who has been by my side through the whole thing, and both of them have kind of gone and set an example to me to kind of go, right, if you want this, crack on, do it, get it sorted, done, sort of thing. Alex was my job coach, so she basically was there to kind of morally explore my job with me. She was there to emotionally support me as well, because there were times when I was literally like, too stressful. You know, as we all say, jobs can be really stressful, but she really narrowed it down for me, and she made sure that I got everything in plan, from like when she was doing one-to-ones with me. So she used to kind of set me aside. We used to go through questions of how the apprenticeship was going. Was there any goals that I needed to achieve? Was there anything that I need to improve? And like working with Beechwood Care Home is basically one way of me actually showing that I could do that. There were bits and bobs that I had to change because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't sure if this was the right job. And part of my disability is that I find things a little bit boring if it's repetitive and stuff. But Alex always used to find little bits to make it a little bit more interesting, and Mel did as well. And Beechwood Grove as well. They always found me something else to kind of divert me away from feeling, those horrible feelings. And it's a real eye-opener to kind of seeing how one person can achieve something and then one person might have to have a bit more support. But I had support right the way through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, fantastic. So I'll just read out what Mel had to say when you were nominated for the award. So, Charlene has been completing her care certificate and apprenticeship in adult care despite numerous workplace setbacks and personal setbacks. She has proven how determined she can be when she wants to achieve something despite barriers placed in her way. Her commitment, despite all the challenges, has been inspiring, and she is actually now an EPA 3 months early. She has also successfully secured a role at her place of work that she has completed her apprenticeship in. So that's what Mel had to say. It's very, very nice compliments there.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, because obviously since that's come in, how's the EPA sort of progressed, and what was the outcome of that situation?
So I completed it a couple of weeks back, and I got the results in, and I got a merit.
Congratulations.
So that was really good. I was two marks away from a distinction, but I had to ask for an explanation of why that was, because I was literally like, what, like I was 2 marks away, what?
Yeah.
So they just explained to me that one of the standing questions, I didn't quite answer it in the way that they expected me to.
Yeah.
So that's why I got the merit rather than the distinction. And then obviously I got the award, which thanks to you guys for allowing me to have, which is really nice. So yeah.
So I guess sort of looking forwards then, because now obviously, now that obviously you've got the merits and you've got your job role, what do you think the future holds for you? Do you have any particular aspirations or anything, you're looking to do going forward?
Well, currently right now I'm just going to kind of work with Beechwood Grove to kind of see how I fit in and where I fit in, and kind of work with them with different types of tasks and stuff, and work on some personal things with them, because obviously the apprenticeship takes a lot of toll out of people, and it's taken a toll out of me. And I have to say, for the realisticness of the whole entire apprenticeship, my head is blown by the fact that it's just gone that quickly for me. But I've got a little project that I'm working on outside of work, which is a level 3 in nail technician. And I thought, because I finished the apprenticeship off, and because I'm in that sort of section of going, I can find a little project alongside work, but it's not with work. You know, I would love to work with, you know, dynamic training again to see if I can go up one more level. But I mean, in terms of like work right now, I think I'm at the base point where I just need to kind of work out, is this right for me, is it not right for me? You know, residents like me a lot. I'm very well recognised here by the residents as well. So if I come in and, you know, I've got a resident who doesn't see me because of their eyesight problem, they recognise my voice instantly and they go, oh yes, it's Charlene, she's here. And then I'm going, yeah, I'm here. So yeah, it's quite nice in terms of being recognised by the whole team. And not only that, because of my disability, it makes it more difficult for me to kind of have a mainstream job alongside my own disability, because I've always done things that are not mainstream. So this is like the very first time in my life since primary school that I've had mainstream environment. So, you know, it's a big step forward, and it's a big step for me to kind of say to myself, well, actually, no, I can do this. And yeah, I mean, yeah.
Is there any particular advice that you would have for other, you know, apprentices going through their apprenticeship? Is there anything that you would, I guess, you know, encourage them to maybe do or think about, or approach the apprenticeship in a certain way that would help them, do you think?
Yeah, my advice is basically, if you want to get something done, get it done. Don't hold back to what your dreams and aspirations are. You can be as old as me, which is I'm 23, but you can also be as young as me, which I was 6 when I found out when I wanted to be a carer. So, you know, don't kind of struggle on the idea that if you want something, you know, go for it. But find the people that will support you pretty well in these sort of jobs, because there are going to be people in these sort of jobs that are a bit, you know, pain in the bum and stuff. But usually my advice would be is kind of let life give you whatever it is that it needs to give you, and you know, it doesn't matter at the end of the day whether you've got a disability or not. Just kind of like reach out and, you know, ask questions, because you can't find out things if you don't ask questions. My sake, I've had to ask a lot of help over the last 2 years with this apprenticeship, of asking numerous questions about different types of things. So don't be scared of asking questions, don't be scared of asking a silly question, because there's no silly question really. And yeah, just kind of bring yourself forward and just find whatever job you want to do.
And then just final one then, is there anything else, you know, you'd like to say, you know, just sort of generally off the back of obviously, you know, the apprenticeship, and any final thoughts, I guess, from you?
I guess I kind of want to say a big thank you to, you know, Dynamic Training for giving me this opportunity to work with you guys to do the apprenticeship, and to Mel for supporting me throughout the whole entire apprenticeship. And me and Mel have had good laughs down the road and stuff like that, so she's very welcoming, very comfy to work with, and yeah, but she does give a bit of a nudge up the bum if you don't do it right. But yeah, just kind of like, yeah, I guess a big thank you to you guys for supporting me and being behind me, and yeah, just getting this apprenticeship done.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Well, yeah, no, thank you very much for sitting down with me to discuss, you know, your apprenticeship and winning the award and your career as a whole. I think it's clear, you know, I've heard, you know, obviously Mel's been very complimentary about you, and it sounds like obviously things have gone really well, and I really hope, you know, I wish you all the very best, you know, going forward and with your future career, and you know, whatever happens in the future, you know, obviously Dynamic Training, you know, we, you know, really wish you all the very best. So
Thank you.
yeah, no, well done.